Boosie. I know you ran with him back in the day. I mean, how is he doing? How is that situation going with him?
Yeah, he has 8 years right now on the drug charges, but he's still facing murder charges.
Do you talk to him and give him a sense of positive thinking?
No. I'm a realist, and that's a close friend of mine. And this is a cross that has actually burdened me to carry, because I have to be real. I would love to say free Lil Boosie, but it would make me a hypocrite to my Stop the Killing mission until he's exonerated of those charges. So I have to think about the parents that lost their kids. I have to look at the little kids that lost their fathers. I have to be on their side, because my mission is to bring a whole halt to all of this. It kills me when we hear people say, free Boosie. Free anybody that goes to jail as long as they're at a certain status. They have to be held accountable like everybody else. I travel. I got a lot of partners. Shaquille O'Neal, great homeboy of mine. Shaq has a great heart for kids. He has a great heart for giving back to the communities. My next partner, my partner in crime, his name is Rick Ross. We made the American Gangster series for the Freeway Boys. So when we was building this, what we call an empire, drug empire, we started connecting with people like Bud from the St. Thomas, or Slam, or individuals that's from the streets of New Orleans. Our main mindset was to make as much money as possible. So we made a whole bunch of money. I had a 6,800 square foot home. And one thing that I realized at the end of the day, when I took off the Rolex, I got out of the Benz, and I looked in the mirror, it was nice that I actually cried, because I didn't have anything up here. And being this so-called, like what you see when you go and watch television, you see this American Gangster. American Gangster teach you how to get in prison, but it do not teach you how to get out, and it don't teach you how to survive prison life. So many young individuals today are being discarded. I look at Lil Wayne leading young individuals down the road that's death and destruction. Everybody wants to be a blood now, when Lil Wayne is not even a blood. I was a Crip for 22 years. There is no bloods that wear blue, so you see Wayne sporting blue but calling himself a blood. But we see so many people now, or we Peru. In New Orleans, when I got arrested in New Orleans, one of the things that really impressed me, I was in the old parish jail. They said, hey, you Silky Slim? I said, yeah. He said, man, we don't respect that gang stuff down here. He said, you know, it take a gang of y'all to kill one person. In New Orleans, one person killed a gang of people. They had their own mindset about the streets. But what's happening now? New Orleans has become followers of individuals that's perpetrating the trade. The book of John, it says that the Word was with God, and God was the Word, and the Word became what? Flesh, and dwelt amongst men. The same way that that happened, if you put improper words into your system, your mind digests that. So now you're acting other than yourself. You're acting like an animal in the street, killing each other up.
The song that D1 has out entitled Jay-Z, 50 Cent, and Lil Wayne.
Yeah, it's one of my mentees.
All right, what are your thoughts on that? Because he spit some pretty...
D1 is a very prolific lyricist when it comes down to speaking truth. And I admire him because he's taking a stand when being gangster, retarded, and dumb is the way to be. And he's bringing the right type of message, but it's going to take some time for it to catch on when everything that's negative is being glamorized. You know what I'm saying? I say, if you look at what's really going on in the world, everything that they're giving you is all negative. You could be out thugging it and loving it, but I guarantee you this, you'll be just like I was when I entered the penitentiary. I went in a gangster, I came out a man. Because once I got off of that paddy wagon, the real gangsters was right there with their guns. Hey, get down the walk. If you talk, I'll chop you in your head. And I was out in the field one morning picking cotton, and I was trying to hide. I was ducking work. And the free man rode his horse around, and he pointed the gun at me. He said, if I catch you not working again, I'll put a slug in you and let the air out, and they'll give me a raise. That's when I realized prison is actually modern day slavery. But we fight to get to prison. We hardcore in the projects, wanting to shoot each other up, carrying your gats, sagging your pants. The thing that happened to me, I realized something when I made it to prison. Individuals whose pants were sagging, all of them had an old man. Every last one of them. So, if you had a big butt, if you was coming down the walk and you was advertising a big butt, you could bring in 13 cartons of cigarettes. A small butt might bring in 7 packs of stamps. That's what's the commodity in prison. And you had to advertise yourself like that because your old man made sure he kept you in check like that. They call it flip-flopping in the pen. You call it hip-hopping out here in the streets. How did flip-flopping become hip-hopping is just something that still startles me. It's because everybody follows what they see on television. So Jay-Z, Young Jeezy, Lil Wayne, Lil Boosie, everybody's pants sagging, you let yours sag. You can't say you're an originator because you didn't create sagging. When I see people that sag, I never worry about them. Sometimes I pull up at the store, my girl will be like, hey, they got some gangsters out there. I say, them not gangsters, those are followers. I know real gangsters. I could look into the crowd right now and tell you every individual that'll end up in penitentiary and why you'll go. You know that statement that you always make, real, recognize real? Then that's real when I'm looking out into the audience because I'm real and you want to be real or you are real. And the reality of being real means that either you go out there and you get killed or you what? Go to penitentiary.
So now we get to see the world through your eyes somewhat because you have your own production company. We Shoot First. Tell us about that.
We Shoot First Films, it actually just shows you what's taking place in the streets. It shows you real killings, we don't water it down. Gotta realize we've been on both sides of the gun. We've been behind it pulling the trigger and we've been had the trigger pulled on us. So we know what it's like to be a coward and shoot that gun around the corner and knock somebody off and not see the after effects. So we take you in the autopsy room. We take you everywhere that that body goes and show you real life incidents so that you could change your wicked ways.
I feel you. And your organization, Stop the Killing, is designed to shed light on some of that. What's the best part about working with that organization?
That we save lives. And for my young doubters, because we always have people that doubt, man, I don't know. I'm gonna tell you this, ain't nothing that you could go out there and do. This is my arrest record. This is who I once was, this animal. I'll never go back to prison, and I don't want any of you to go to prison. That's why I got out of my bed today to come bring you a message that you can succeed, but you gotta first want to succeed. Thank you so much.